I'm going to end up leaving probably about half the amount of brown out in my client's hair. And then the rest of it will have a highlighted, beachy kind of effects. Hi, group. How's it going? Good. All right, so we're gonna get there by doing a sectioning pattern. Hi. That is subdivided into 5 sections. I got there by doing a profile and a radial. Okay. In the back of the head, I have a little diamond section that I just took 2 Dino-Backs. Pineapple, you look pretty. 2 Dino-Back sections that create like a half triangle diamond sort of shape. I really like customizing it around the crown area. And the sectioning pattern that I'm going to take will create the second half of the diamond up here. Okay. I really like customizing it in the crown and also in the front region here. Probably do a nice little money piece because that is so trending still. So it is a 5-section highlight. We're going to get there by doing profile, radial, and Dino-Backs. Okay. The subsectioning I'm going to take inside of this technique is going to be Dino-Backs the whole way through. Okay. I am going to do some weaves. I'm going to end up slicing some, especially the ones that I'm surface painting will be my slice. And I'm going to probably go in and do some cool textured and placement weaves. My application method is going to be surface painting. And traditional foiling. I'm just probably gonna fold it a little bit different because I want to have a grown out feel around like here. I'm gonna do a little bit closer in through the hairline here so we have a brightness around the face. But inside the interior, I don't want it to be way up to the root. So I'm gonna, instead of doing a classic packet, I'm gonna fold it just a little bit different. For my packet, it's gonna be a classic packet with a twist and also a double fold for my hand painted section. Okay? Is that legible? That's all I got.
What do you mean by classic twist?
So instead of folding the packet normally, because I want a grown out feel, I'm gonna have more blank hair here. So what I'll do with my foil is that I'll fold it up this way to protect the blend that I did, and then fold in the rest of it to encapsulate the heat. That's my classic with a twist. There's no name for it, so. Make it up as we go, right? All right, so screenshot this. This is our technical summary, and then I'm going to jump into the actual picture of it, and then we'll go mix up. Sound good? Give me a thumbs up when we're all set with our summary. Should probably put it closer, huh? All right. If not, share it on, I'll probably post this on YouTube and then put it on the student page. Cool? Yes, cool. You're welcome. Plus, we need more content. All right, so let's erase this. Draw my little heads. So I'll do my subsections in brown. Cool, can we all see? Try to point that down a wee bit. So my client has like a side part. So I'm immediately going to work from her side part. Work off your client's natural parting that she has, especially for this particular highlight because it's so customized. It's not going to be the same on every client. So a profile or an offset profile to a radial parting. My swirl is going to be right there. And I like to take my radial just above it because remember I have that small diamond section in the back. I want to be able to customize, especially around here, for any growth patterns because that is the piece that's going to fall and kind of cover everything else down here. So I like to just take my time in that section. So isolating it helps me out. So I did a side part, radial, and then I'll get my vertical in the back. Take 2 dino back partings to just below the low crown, and then a vertical from there. Okay, fairly simple parting techniques because I want to work smarter, not harder. All right, so I'm going to, just for ease of the technique, we're going to alternate our surface paint and our weaving techniques. Though around the hairline, I'm going to be doing a little bit more weaving than surface painting, just because I like the texture it gives the hair when they wear it out. Okay, but that's all in the conversation. So consultation-wise, I would ask how close they want it up to their root, if they want it brighter around the face, if they want it softer around the face. Then if not, I'll probably just do surface painting in through here. But let's go for it and try out some new techniques. So I'm gonna do maybe like 2 natural weave foils around the hairline before I get into any sort of surface painting yet. Okay, so I'll just take these, natural weave it up, and then what I'm going to do is in between, I'm going to put another weave right there. So it kind of has a little bit of depth. That little triangle there will be all depth. And I'm going to kind of work a triangular pattern across. The sides will be surface painted and the middle will be weaved. Okay? So I'll take this. About 1 inch in depth would be the max I want to paint. Take 2 dino backs. And then working right across will be more of a textured weave. Okay? So not only am I going to have the softness that surface painting will give me, these 4 pieces will kind of fall down and have that kind of blendy effect to get those, almost like, you ever see those girls that it looks like a stripe or like a ribbon of color? You're like, how do I get that with the good weave? Cool? Let me just show you over here. When I take this section down, this will be my little surface paint section, right? W's, V's, blurs, doesn't matter. Oh my God, I'm so confused why I keep getting kicked off. I promise I'm here. Oh, that's okay. I'm recording it too, so just try your best. Are you confused on the technique or are you confused why you're getting kicked off? I'm just gonna do W's just for the sake of the head sheet, but for my new guys, you can really just paint with just some letters, really, to kind of keep the blend. I try to do W's because I feel like it gives me a nice amount of depth and contrast, and I have an automatic kind of blend. Just keep it really soft and seamless is always my keyword when I'm doing paint on color. Okay, So I'm going to continue that until I hit my little triangle here. I'm going to do paint, paint, weave, paint, paint, weave. Mowing when I'm growing. Paint, paint, weave. I'll finish this off. Paint, paint. Cool. So using these little triangles are what's going to make every other highlight pop too. It depends. Dee Dee said, does the line of the W need to be almost to the scalp? I would say it depends. I wouldn't try to get it close to the scalp. Lightener does tend to creep. But my main focus on here is just achieving a blended, lighter swoop of color. These ones are probably going to be a little bit closer to the scalp than these ones. This one I want to have a grown out feel. You don't want it close to the scalp, especially in the back of the head, right? When you guys go to the beach, does the back of your head get lighter from the sun, or is it just right here focused, right? So I actually leave probably more space than what the head sheet conveys in here. I just want to show you guys the sectioning pattern. Did I answer your question? Cool. All right, so I have my paint, 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 paint. And in between each of those is going to live a weave. Okay, so I'm alternating painting and surface. Nope, alternating painting and weaving. Here, you have a little bit more creative control. It really depends on what you want to see. If you want to see ribbons of color kind of coming down like that, I recommend that you do some sort of chunkier weave. If you want to see like a softer diffusion of color kind of come down, I recommend you do surface painting. If you want both, just continue the same pattern. Cool. I really like to just do weaves in here. It's just personal preference though. But you can alternate. So customize what your client wants to see, okay?
Mike Didi had a question.
I have a preference. I like to use these Framoir brushes for my paint on colors. The actual paint brushes are really good too. There's no particular brush though, but I do have a preference. I've seen people do it with a hairbrush, dipping it in the color and then literally brushing the hair. Do I recommend that? Probably not. Have I seen it? Yes.
That sounds like a Brad Mondo video.
In the front of the head, I like to do my floater packets like a little T-section action. So I'll take my 3 foils here just to get it nice and bright around the face. Okay. And then what I like to do is, again, alternate my surface, weave, surface, weave, surface, weave. So I like to do the 1, 2, 3 over here. Repeat it on the opposite side. In through the front section here, again, if you want a nice little bright piece in the front, you can take some cool chunkier weave effects in the front here to have a nice bright stripe in the front. I don't really like to paint so much, especially right here, because I want it lighter and brighter, so I like to foil it. But I'm gonna rotate, it shows easier on the side view here. I'm gonna end up rotating these to almost sit like horizontally with a slight twist of a diagonal section. Okay, so these are my weaves, little natural weaves. But again, it's customized to your client's liking. And then I'm gonna start going through paint, weave. The closer you can get with that weave section to your paint section, the more pop it's gonna have. Paint, paint. I really like having these sit almost horizontal because a horizontal foil will almost fall to cover everything. If it's too diagonal, it's going to be a little bit too see-through, too blended. If you really want that pop, go with a horizontal foil and it'll just cover and you get maximum brightness with minimal effort. I tend to preference again. I like to just continue. I like to just foil the top regular, maybe like a little bit of a back brush to get a little blend action going, because I like it nice and bright and I want those pieces to kind of fall over my whole paint session to get that look, that lived in look. All right. So recapping, we're going to do a little specialty highlight section. I start in the back and I start natural weaving. Even textured too would be okay. So I'm gonna do natural weave. Again, a little bit of a weave in through the center here. And then I'll get into my paint sessions on the interior, okay? I'm gonna work maybe like 2 to 3 inches away from the scalp, blend everything down, down, down. I'm gonna say a lot of key points when I get to that point. Weaving straight across. Hey, Bo. Maybe probably a good, like, diggy textured weave. Painting diagonally, weaving across. Painting diagonally, weaving across. So it kind of connects into like a little triangle. These little triangles here is what's going to give me maximum depth. So the foils have a darker background to fall on top of, so they look even brighter. I'm going to aim for like a level 9 today. I'm going to try to get some 30 volume action. And through the front, money piece it out. I like to just do 3-ish textured weaves, probably a little bit thicker. So it has that nice pop. Natural weaves on the sides. And then you're going to continue the pattern. Painting, weaving, painting, weaving, painting, weaving. If you notice just all in the crown, it's mostly woven. Is that a word? Mostly woven in through the crown area because I want it more piecey. I don't want it too blended towards the top of the head. Okay? You guys excited?
Yeah.
That's one of us. Yes. Okay, perfect. You ever see a little boy that has like too much sugar? It's just like, oh, I'm so excited. All right, so let me go mix up. I'm gonna grab some gloves and I'll be right back. If you guys have any questions, write them down and I'll answer them as we go.
What do you mean, little kid? You're like me.
You saying things to me?
I said it's not like a little kid. You're like me, bouncing off the walls.
All right, I want to make sure that we can see her as we go. So maybe I'll go here. Actually, I have an idea. That might be good. Is that good? Okay, I'll be right back. Beautiful. Hi. Maybe lunch later if you want to go to lunch. Right, I'm gonna do my best. I have like a lot going on right here. I can't really see a whole lot. If you have questions, just yell them out. I'm gonna start right on this little side bit here. And again, she's pretty virgin, so she should lift pretty good. I'm gonna aim for like a level 9. So I'm just gonna start here with my weave sections, but I do want a lived-in feel. I don't want it being looking too clean. So I'm gonna go in, just do some weaves. And I'm gonna blend with a couple different techniques. I really just like using traditional foils, adding a little bit of color, which will be my blend area, massaging the color into the hair so it has something to rest on. For formula, I mixed up just some True Light White, blending, feathering, and then I like to do a little back brush action to keep it really soft. So I was saying classic packet with a twist. You can see my blend there. Super seamless, goes from nothing to most. Cool? Cool. So I'm gonna fold up to protect my blend because I don't wanna fold this caca into there. Professional. And then I'm gonna fold up to cover the blend. So the blend portion, which I would say, which is the most important, has a clean foil to sit on. Diagonal back. I just did a nice textured weave. My hair can't really fit naturals in there. Her head's small. Blend area, and then, because that's awkward, I like to just stick the comb underneath, massage that color. I did mix up my lightener a little bit thicker than usual, just more like a 1-to-1 with maybe like a dash extra for consistency purposes. True Light White typically in a foil is mixed in a 1-to-1.5 ratio, but it's too thin for paint on, so. If you have any mistakes, if you dry that lightener, it's not gonna lift. Right, so I'm gonna combine these sections now because I have to work across. And this will be my paint on section. I'm gonna take slightly larger than normal sections just for time, but you're gonna see with this minimal effort how much lightness you can actually get. Cool. Key point when painting is to stand on the side. That's my biggest one, okay? What else I'm gonna do is instead of grabbing the whole triangle, I'm gonna drop just the tip of that so I have some depth under there. Cool. So I'm gonna hold it taut. I'm gonna gather some color. And I'm gonna start on the edges here. I like to draw out my, I guess, letters first. And this will be like more of a W shape, and I'll show you the final result afterwards. Working them together. I'll gather just a little bit towards the top. And then again, seamless is the word of the day. After I have my kind of weavy section on my paint, I'm gonna just blur out any straight lines that I see. And then apply my heaviest towards the bottom. You don't want a whole lot of seep-through on your surface paint, because then that's how you get spottiness. Okay, and I'm just gonna color until I can't color anymore. Check the underneath. Make sure your underneath does not have a whole lot of color on it, okay? You can see pieces falling out. It's all good. It wasn't meant to be. They don't want to get colored. They don't have to. Okay, so I just wanted to turn to show you how that looks. Cool? Cool. And I'm just going to do a double fold. Fold the corner, just secure. Oh, did I do it backwards? I totally did it backwards, guys. I was so excited. That should have been a weave. My bad. Anyway, she'll look fine. Good job, me. Idiot. I did it wrong. Wrongish. My bad.
What did you want to do?
This should have been a weave again, but I was just so focused on alternating. Anyway, so this will be a paint as well. Will my client notice? Probably not. So I dropped a little piece on the side. I only want to weave a surface paint about an inch at a time. Holding it taut, standing off to the side. I'm going to get that nice line in first. I can turn her so you guys can see. I'm going flat with my brush. I'm not like this. It's flat. I'm using like the belly of the brush to paint on. Again, this isn't going to be a very high contrasted highlight. The one in the middle is. Painting on down, making sure I really can't see the hair strand through the lightener. I'm applying a little bit heavier towards the bottom. And I go until I can't color anymore. Want those ends to pop, feather, just on those ends. I like to use the back of my hand so it's not messy. I'm going to cover that end up after I finish the section, or you can just kind of fold it. No preference. Take my section. This is a paint section. I'm going to drop just that corner there, because I only want to paint about an inch at a time. Anything more, it's too thick, and it's going to be spotty. That's going to be a nice blend there. You guys have any questions? Also, if you notice, as I'm coloring, it's not this. It's a lot of shoulder action, okay? Really love back brushing up with my brush to get a little blur effect, but you have to have a light touch. All right, so now I'm gonna take my slice across the little triangle. I have these two diamond backs. Right across will be the leaf section. I am. Who dat? Yeah, come and join me.
What you doing?
Balayage. Not too close. 6 feet, please.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I wanted to see it.
So dyno back across there. Now I'm going to take my slightly bigger than normal weaves, little texture weave there. Thanks, I've had a lot of practice. So that was going to fall right over. I want to do it a little bit thicker. I want that to pop. Okay, that's better. Backwards. So a little bit thicker because I want it to pop, but I'm still going to get a good amount of lift because I'm encapsulating it in heat. And then I'm gonna just feather backwards. So I'm super blendy back here. I don't want it close to the root. I want it kind of grungy and lived in. So I really don't think if you are doing a kind of like a seamless color, that it should be super close to the root in the back anyway. Any lines you have, you can use your finger, super light touch, and just blend it up until it diffuses out. That's a good eraser, I feel. I hate that. Hold on. There we go. Hi. So back to our paint on sections right here. See how it's really thick? I'm just gonna drop this little corner here. Again, the more hair you leave out, the more depth you have. What are some challenges we have when painting on color, guys? Feel free to say them, or can someone be my wingman and read the questions to me?
I'll say things out loud because I always do.
Yep, that's fine.
But what was the question again?
Challenges, questions, really.
I've never done one on a person, so.
Again, I'm going to recycle foils so it's easier for me and quicker. So there's no need to redo this foil, right? I don't need to put one underneath because I already got one from the section below. So all you do is, boop. Anyway, question?
We don't care that the hair that doesn't have paint on it is touching the layer below it?
Nope, because I'm just surface painting. If I am doing this technique and it's touching the hair below it, I'm surface painting wrong. And at that point, it's not really a balayage. I'm just bleaching the hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have a light touch here, it really shouldn't bleed out. Again, you know, drop that corner, paint on section here. Oof, that's a good one. Oof. Gonna blur it up. Hi, how are you? Good. Don't be afraid of more saturation because you can always blend it down, bringing that color down. I want those ends to pop, so I'm gonna just feather at that transition area and recycle the foil underneath. So I'm not left with a huge I'll turn it so you can see that paint. Cool. I'm gonna take that. Hello, whoever just joined us in. Joined in, whatever, English.
Who's Liv?
Oh, hi. So I'm not left with a whole lot of space. So I'm probably just gonna do some thick weaves. I'm gonna go across. Okay. Also, when you're doing this sort of technique, don't get too tripped up on adhering to the plan you have in your head. Things change on the spot. So I have this like weird little like curved section in through here. I'm just gonna use it as a guide and just weave directly off of it. Don't feel so stuck. And well, I have to take it down and back. Well, just weave out your sections. I'm not going all the way to the scalp, so it's all good. Is anyone a perfectionist? So even here, I'm gonna put that foil like an inch away from the scalp. This is a very imperfect color. Yes, you'll never do the same balayage twice. Focusing on my saturation first. And then blending it. You can see it's probably about 2 inches away from the root, and then it starts to start its seamless blend down. I kind of am. Yeah, see, it's really challenging to be a perfectionist when you're doing this sort of technique. That was a weird section, so it was really wide, so I decided to just do a double fold. And I'm just gonna take half and do a little foilage action here. Oh, good. So a way that you can modify these techniques, guys, is by you can weave and tease, you can slice and tease. Again, you are never locked in to a particular style of highlighting. If you feel like it would benefit your client there, I mean, when you're behind the chair in school, maybe let us know beforehand. Be like, oh, I think this would be really cool if it was maybe a little bit more blended than the rest of them. Tease it. Weave it bigger. Do a baby light, whatever. Just as long as you know what's gonna be the end result. So I chose to take slightly bigger weaves in through here, just so it fills up the blank space and falls pretty. And then I'm all set with that side. Going through here, again, I'm gonna just weave the whole inch section. So I have a pretty big weave here. Yep. Okay, my saturation is on there. Sorry, I wish it was on the different angle. And now I'm gonna try to do it from over here. I'm gonna take this brush and back brush it up, so I have a very seamless blend in that weave. Again, I don't want it close to the root. I'm gonna do a little bit closer in through the top. Okay? All right, so the back is complete. That was pretty quick, right? Quickish. And then the rest of the foils, I'm just gonna fold up those little edges so the lightener has time to incubate those little pieces there. right, so now I'm in my little triangle here. I'm going to stick to the plan and just do some nice weaves back here. I'm going to go horizontal across. What if I go over here? Is that good? You let me know. Nice, dope textured weave right there. It's actually a pretty good view. I add my color a little bit further down the strand of the foil and place it in there. Wouldn't that be something I'd be like, guys, that's a really thick weave. You don't want to do that. Well, I'm applying heavy, and I'm not going that close to the scalp. So there. Okay, saturation is complete. I'm gonna go in. And blend it right up. Cool? I know it's warm in here, huh? Weave thicker. Too thick right there. Is this ringing any bells? We feel cool with this? I always love combining two or more types of highlighting techniques in my customized highlights because you never know what that client is kind of looking for. So you really get in there. You never really know what that hair needs. And I feel like giving it more than one different sort of technique will allow you to get a more natural, kind of organic type of highlight. But that's pretty much, I feel the board balayage has evolved a little bit because rarely ever do I do one and I just hand paint the entire head. There's always something that can be modified. I'm gonna do a little bit thinner towards the crown area because I think that would look nice instead of having a thicker piece. Just a pinch. But I'm gonna kind of condense these foils a little bit, make them tighter together than I did the underneath because again, you go to the beach and the top of your head will get lighter. The top layers will, the bottom layers really don't get a whole lot lighter if you go out in the sun. Gonna go a little bit closer to the scalp now. Little eraser with your finger. And on my last section here, I'm right at the top of that crown. I'm just gonna weave a little bit smaller, like your traditional foil. And that is the back section. What was a good takeaway from that? It's pretty quick, right? Get in there. Really focusing on that blend right here. All right, so I have to mix up a little bit more color. I'm gonna keep with the 30 volume. For the front, I'm gonna do maybe like 2 foils on the front here, and then maybe like 2 to 3 because she has like an offset part on this side. And then I'll go natural, 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 and then continue my pattern up. Okay? I will be right back. No one noticed that I wasn't using the brush that I was like, this is my favorite brush to use, and I totally forgot to even freaking use it. All right, so I'm gonna get a little bright section in the front going. I like to do just a couple dino backs, and then I'll just marry the sections as I go up. Probably do end up doing the floaters first, to be honest. Tilt, please. Because for fine density, I'm just going to go ahead and do a textured weave through there. And again, my formula was True Light White and 30 volume. I'm trying to get as light as I can, so I'm not afraid of it lifting too much. Questions, anyone? Ah, SOS. Feathering for a soft outgrowth. And I fold it halfway up so my blend section has a clean edge of the foil to sit on. Questions? Nope. I'm going to switch to do the floaters on the opposite side, just so they are even. I'm not doing two different things at the same time. What a nice brighter piece. So I chose to do a textured weave there. And then a little low, and I like little, I know we frown upon it, but it really helps just to adhere right in that face region and slide the comb out. One. Just for the sides. Just a lot of traditional foiling around the hairline because I really like just the pieciness and the contrast that you can get out of it. Don't feel like you're not giving your client the service that she's requesting. I want one balayage, please. Well, okay, I'm gonna actually do about 3 different techniques for you. So don't be alarmed if you see me doing something that you didn't see on your Instagram tutorial, ma'am. All right, so in through the front, over. Okay, in through the front, I'm just gonna take a skinny section around the hairline, probably do about 2 of those. Nothing really going on, but we don't already know in the front, except I'm just not gonna go like up to the root. So I'm gonna keep it somewhat diffused. I'm gonna fold this a little bit smaller so my client can see. One section, and then I'm gonna do a back-to-back foil right here. No hair left out. The only hair that's left out is the hair that's smoothed out. Do a placement weave right there. 3 is gonna look cool. Find them? Nice. Yeah, good. Okay, so now that I outlined my hairline, I'm gonna go back into my pattern of paint slice, or paint weave, paint weave. So my first section is gonna sit in this little area here, right here. Take just to marry that section together. I'll probably just, would you guys be okay if I just finish this section and then complete the other side? And then, finish this section, end the call, and then finish this side, and then we can scoot and do an assignment?
Yeah.
Okay. Dang. I want to just do more of these here. I want to have it kind of bright around the edges. I know there's a huge glare because of the giant window, but you really can't see the hair through the pieces that I am painting on. It's pretty much just white. Blend, 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 blend. This is a long one. All right, so now I'm gonna go into my weave. I do want it a little bit thicker over here, so I'm gonna take really bigger chunks. Some nice contrast. This would be more of a foilage, I would say, at this rate, because the sections are a little bit thicker. Still not using my brush that I brought especially for this. Jesus. One track mind, huh? There we go. That's better. With my brush almost vertical and feathering up for that blend. Cute, right? Paint right here. Probably my last paint on this side. I'm gonna drop a little bit of that hair. It's still thick. So if you have a little oopsie, maybe it's just like not blended, too harsh, you can always blanket. What's it called? Blanket? Kind of like mask the mistake by toning it. Not that it can fix everything, but it can fix little minor issues. It's, oh, Band-Aid is what I was looking for. Band-Aid it. Blanket. What the hell's wrong with me? Get this hair out of the way and recycle. Okay. So again, over here, I have a small section left on the top of the head. I'm just gonna do some, maybe 2 diggy sections. And then at the hairline or at the part line, I'm gonna go in with more of a baby-like feel. So, I don't know, that'll look nice. I'm just kind of going with the flow. Blending up for a seamless blend. Erase it if it doesn't look too cute. Okay, another thick weave. I've never been here on a Tuesday. It's quiet here. Well, not never. It's been a long time. Very quiet without you guys. If I apply more, I definitely want to just make sure I didn't accidentally leave a harsh line. Okay, I'm on my last coil. It's almost like, see, it's right in the middle of the head. So I'm just going to detail the part line with a classic weave. Nothing too crazy, just a regular weave. But I'm still going to be a little bit offset from the root area. All right. So I'll just repeat this on the opposite side. The only thing I would do different is because this is the heavier side with the parting, I would do probably about 3 foils back to back in the front to get that thicker piece. Okay, so that side is complete. She looks pretty cute. And I'll repeat over here. All right. You guys have questions? Nice. All right, I'm gonna take these bad boys off so I can write down. I'm gonna have her try to have her rinsed and back here at 12:30. But if you don't, guys, I'm gonna give you an assignment and you can send it off to me. Okay? Okay. Hi. So find a video on YouTube that uses two different types of highlighting methods. Break down the technique with Toni&Guy methodology and terminology. Head sheet if you can. If you have one at home. I'll watch it and then I'll kind of correct you guys on it tomorrow. Also, explain the various methods of highlighting used in the technique you found. For instance, like she did a weave because it would add brightness around the face, so stuff like that. Explain the various methods of highlighting used in the technique you found and what the end result was. We're gonna do color melting at 12:30. So try to find just more highlighting videos. It could be a foil highlight, a balayage highlight, anything like that, okay? How do I stop my recording is the question. There it is, bye.